back at the wall. Did he have enough? Auburn leads.
Called strike 3. Placed it
Here's
on
the throw home. He is out.
Center field, well hit. Vergara back. That's gone.
Drive to deep left field, and Auburn has the lead.
Left field. Kirby leads the yard.
He's hit through the right side. Kirby's going to try to score. Here comes the throw from Reed to the plate. Auburn wins.
Yeah, we got to hear those 2 words last night. It was late. Close to this morning, as a matter of fact, but we heard those words. Let's hope we hear them again today. Defense behind Christian Herberholtz, Chris Stanfield in left, Kaysen Howell in center, Bobby Pierce in right, third to first, Bryson Ware, Cole Foster, Caden Green, Cooper McMurray, Nate LaRue reliably behind the plate, and Christian Herberholtz the starter. Before we give you his numbers, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Christian Herberholtz out of Scottsboro, 5'11", 197, a redshirt junior, making his 7th start, his 16th overall appearance this year. He is 0-3 with an earned run average of 4.69. He has thrown 40 in a third innings, given up 45 hits, 21 earned runs. He's walked 20 and struck out 37. Teams are hitting .294 against Christian Herberholtz. In the SEC, a 2.59 earned run average, that is best on the team, and over the last 3 weekends, a 2.08 earned run average. Dugas, Cruz, and White, the first to face Herberholtz. We get you started today on a sunny Sunday with the voice of the Tigers, my partner and friend Andy Burcham.
Brad, thank you very much. First pitch weather forecast presented by our friends at Premium Beverage. They remind you Modelo is brewed for full-time fans. Drink responsibly. Modelo Especial beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. 80 degrees at game time, expected high of 84 today. Light wind out of the south at 4 miles an hour, and partly cloudy skies overhead. And the first pitch to Gavin Dugas is in for a strike from Christian Herberholtz. Wind in the 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. He was out in front, 0-2. Auburn with the orange tops today. The script Auburn across the front. White trousers, blue ball caps, the orange AU across the front. 0-2 pitch to Dugas. High and deep into left. Stanfield is back, and Dugas has just hit a home run. His 12th of the season on an 0-2 pitch.
It was a fastball. Herberholtz just tried to power it past him after getting ahead 0-2, getting a swing and a miss on a breaking ball. He tried to sneak the fastball in, and Dugas didn't miss it, his 12th home run of the year.
Easily over the monster and left, and it's a 1-0 LSU lead. And here's Dylan Cruz. Cruz with 1 base hit this weekend. He's 1 for 8. He's still batting .468 this season. Herberholtz, the wind in the pitch. It drops low for ball 1. Umpires today, Brandon Bennett behind the plate, Dave Susi at first, Hank Heminen at second, and John Brammer at third. 1-0 pitch. Cruz chops it foul, past third. Ware got to it, but it was outside the line, a ball and a strike. A leadoff homer for Gavin Dugas on an 0-2 pitch.
That was left up and out.
One to Cruz. Misses outside, 2 balls and a strike.
That is the first home run Herberholtz has allowed since the Texas A&M game on April 7th. And just the 5th this year.
2-1 to Cruz. Swing and a miss. Busted him in with a fastball. 92 from Christian Herberholtz. Across campus on the Yellowwood scoreboard, Auburn softball playing its final regular season game. The Tigers lead Mississippi State 3-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Cruz jammed, pops it up right side. McMurray in foul ground near the photographer's well, reaches up and makes the catch. 1 out.
A lot of concentration, bright sunny day. Got a mix of blue skies and clouds. McMurray had to look up into that sky a long time. Stayed with it, made the catch.
A win for Auburn softball today, and they secure the top 4 seed at the SEC tournament next week in Fayetteville. They wouldn't have to play till Thursday.
Terrific. Yeah, they would finish averaging 2 wins out of every 3 games.
Now Tommy White, the third baseman, 4 for 8 this weekend. The pitch, swing, drive, right center field, long run. Nobody's going to get to that one. On a hop, off the wall, and White digs for second base, and he's there with a double.
17th double of the season for Tommy White, and he went up there looking to hit the first pitch. A lot of these guys in the order are looking to strike on the first pitch, especially against a starter they know will be around the strike zone. Morgan fits that bill as well.
Trey Morgan struck out to end the game last night. He batted with runners at first and second, the tying runs aboard, and was struck out by Will Cannon to end the ball game. He's 5 for 10 this weekend with 3 runs batted in and a homer. Ground ball right side. Diving stop by Green. 2 first in time for the out. Caden Green going to his left. A diving stop and a throw to first base to Cooper McMurray to get Morgan. And on the play, White went to third.
That may have saved a run. White is not the best runner for LSU, but it was hit somewhat softly on 3 bounces to the right side. And if Caden's not able to stop that ball, I think they likely waive White and try to make it 2-0.
And here is Jordan Thompson with 2 outs and a runner at third. LSU shortstop hit a homer here last night. His only base hit of the weekend. He's 1 for 8. 1-0 LSU. 2 outs in the top of the first and a runner at third for LSU. The pitch. Thompson tried to hold up. He did not. An appeal to first, and he went around. Folks continue to file into the ballpark. It's going to be another sold-out crowd today. 0-1 to Thompson. Fastball popped it up. Into center. Kason Howell is there. And he makes the catch. A run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left for LSU. Auburn comes to the plate in the bottom of the first. This is the Auburn Sports Network from Playfly.
We've all been caught up in the little chores that pile up every day. The dishes in the sink, the trash that needs taking out, the pesky check engine light. Isn't it time to make a change and escape to a whole new world of possibilities? Where there's dinner without dishes, nights filled with adventure, and every day you feel like a winner. A little change can go a long way when you escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and WindCreekCasino.com.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Solo homer for LSU in the top of the first inning, so Auburn comes to bat trailing. Stanfield, Foster, and Pierce against Christian Little. The defense behind him, Trey Morgan in left, Dylan Cruz in center, Paxton Kling in right field. Tommy White is at third, Jordan Thompson at short, Gavin Dugas at second, Jared Jones, the first baseman. Alex Milazzo, who started the Friday game, is back behind the plate tonight. And Christian Little, the starter for LSU. He's a transfer from Vanderbilt, 6'4", 225, sturdy junior right-hander with a record of 2-1 and an earned run average of 4.5. 7 of his 15 appearances have been starts. He's thrown 32 innings and given up 23 hits, 16 earned runs. He's walked 19 and struck out 40. Opposition batting just 198 against Christian Little. Stanfield, Foster, and Pierce, the first to greet the LSU starter.
A little bit of a different lineup for Auburn, moving Foster back into the 2-hole, moving Irish down to the cleanup spot. And Stanfield at the plate, and first pitch from Little misses a little bit up. The Auburn freshman out of Tallahassee, 2 for 8 on the weekend. Wind in the pitch from Little, missed outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Little, 3 starts, 3 relief outings in the SEC, 0-1 in the league, 1 save, and a 7.98 earned run average.
2-0 pitch to Stanfield. And it finds the strike zone, 2 balls and a strike. Out of Christian Brothers College, St. Louis, he transferred to LSU from Vanderbilt. 2 balls and a strike to Stanfield. Here's the wind in the pitch. Outside, ball 3. Three balls and a strike to Stanfield, leading off the Auburn first. Auburn trails 1-0. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ball 4. Miss low and away.
That is the 13th walk issued by Little in 14 2/3 innings in SEC play. Those 13 walks are second most on the team behind Ty Floyd. Floyd has done it in almost 3 times as many innings.
And here's Cole Foster, moved up to the number 2 spot today. 1 for 6 on the weekend with a run scored. Cole batting .322, 7 homers, 35 runs batted in. Stanfield, a good lead at first. Stretched by Little. Here comes the pitch. Foster swings at the first pitch and slices out of the play off the left side. Foster batting left-handed against the right-hander, Christian Little, 6'4", 225.
Fastball and a cut fastball from Little. He also has changeup and a curveball.
Throw to first. Stanfield is back. Only 2 pickoffs this season for LSU as a squad. Stretch. Here comes the pitch. Downstairs with the changeup, a ball and a strike.
Make him throw strikes. He's already walked 1 here. Left-handers hitting .250 against him. Righties .169.
Leadoff walk for Stanfield at first, the 1-1. High and away. 2-1 the count.
Auburn took advantage of walks in the 4th and the 6th inning in last night's game. Helped them overtake LSU, grab the lead.
2-1 to Foster. Here it is. Ball 3. Down and in. He's gone 3-1 to the first 2 hitters. He walked Stanfield. And now Foster awaits a 3-1 pitch. Stretched by Little in the pitch. It misses low. Back-to-back walks. Didn't miss by much. And immediately the LSU bullpen will become occupied.
Yeah, ball 4 was the closest of the 4 that missed. The only strike in the at-bat was a cutter on the first pitch that Cole fouled away.
And here is Wes Johnson, the pitching coach, out to talk with Little, who has walked the first 2 batters.
Trying to make out who it is that jogged down there. Going to need the binoculars for white numbers on gold jerseys.
Yeah. Back-to-back walks to Stanfield and Foster. Auburn trails 1-0. We're in the bottom of the first. And Bobby Pierce bats with nobody out.
Sorry, you got a final from softball?
3-0.
There you go. Good win for the Tigers.
Stretch pitch to Bobby on the outside corner for a strike. A 1-hit shutout for Matty Penta,
who also sang the national anthem today.
That's impressive. The ball's in a strike. Pierce 2 for 8 this weekend. Stretch in the pitch. Outside. A ball and a strike to Bobby. So Auburn is the number 4 seed now at the SEC softball tournament. The Tigers will play next Thursday in Fayetteville. 1-1. Pierce swings and lifts it up and out of play off the right side. A ball and 2 strikes. Saw Bobby's dad downstairs prior to the game yesterday, in from Arizona to watch his son play.
He didn't disappoint yesterday. Had some terrific at-bats.
He's behind it. Ball and 2 strikes, though, to Little. The pitch bounced up there. Terrific block by Milazzo to keep the runners at first and second.
He just sort of leaned forward and squashed the ball.
That's exactly what he did. 2-2 to Pierce. Stanfield at second. Foster at first. That's good speed for Auburn on the base paths. Outfield plays Pierce to hit the opposite way. 2-2 pitch. Chopper foul at the plate. He topped it.
He battled really well middle stages of the game. Coach Thompson gave him credit for an at-bat that kind of broke things open a little bit against the LSU starter last night. A opposite field single after falling behind a ball and 2 strikes, worked the count full, and then slapped one that was up and away into right field.
Little comes set. Checks the runner at second and pitches. Missed inside. Count is full. Three and two to Bobby Pierce. Runners at first and second. No one out in the Auburn first. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. He has walked. The bases loaded. And Milazzo has probably saved 2 or 3 wild pitches already.
I think you're right.
And now here's Ike Irish, who is batting a robust .714 with the bases loaded this season.
Little walked 5 in 3 1/3 innings against Alabama a week ago. Only gave up 3 runs and 2 hits, but he had 5 walks.
Little will work off the full wind now. Here's the pitch to Ike. High, ball 1.
And as much as Ike wants to put one over the wall here, you'll take another walk in this spot if he'll give it to you.
Boy, Morgan is playing shallow and left.
Yeah.
Pitch on the way. Inside, 2-0. Irish had to jump out of the way of that one. Morgan is shallow and left. Cruz playing Irish to hit the opposite way in center. Same for Kling and right. 2-0. Ball 3 high.
And they've not been very close.
Not on this at bat, no. And the action has already started in the LSU pen. 3-0 to Irish, bases loaded in the Auburn first, the pitch. Strike call in the outside corner. Ike is 1 for 6 with an RBI and a run scored. Little winds in the 3-1 pitch. Swing, drive to right, down the line, it's fair. And on a hop, here comes Stanfield, and Foster is held at third. Auburn has tied it on the single to right by Ike Irish. He was able to pull Little. Kling had a long way to go just to get to the ball, and Foster was held at third.
And with Bryson Ware coming up next, Gabe Gross put the stop sign up for Foster. They were willing to play station to station with still nobody out in the inning, playing for a big inning here in the first.
41st RBI of the season for Irish. Pitch on the way to Ware. Swing. Got a miss. Irish is hitting .600 this season with the bases loaded. Wind in the pitch. Curveball and a strike, and it's a beauty. 0-2 to Ware, who backed out of the way of that one.
Yeah, he gave up on that.
A run home for Auburn in the first. We're tied. Bases loaded, still nobody out. 0-2 the count to Ware. Little gets his sign, winds and fires. Missed outside. 2-1 the count. Already 25 pitches in the first inning for Little, and he hasn't retired a batter. Now the 1-2. Ball 2 outside.
I think that's the first time he had been ahead of a batter. A ball and 2 strikes.
Not anymore. It's 2-2. Ware chokes up just a tad. 2-2 the count. Bases loaded. Nobody out for Auburn. The pitch. Outside, ball 3. And after getting ahead of Ware, 0-2, he has missed 3 straight times low and away. Full count to Bryson.
Does he have the confidence to throw the curve?
Here's the 3-2. Fastball high. 2-0 Auburn. Bases loaded walk to Bryson Ware. Foster comes home.
That'll do it.
54th run batted into the season for Bryson Ware, and Little's day is done. He does not retire a batter here in the first inning. My goodness gracious. The bases are loaded. 2 runs already home for Auburn in the bottom of the first. Cooper McMurray coming to the plate. as LSU makes its first Chappie's Deli call to the bullpen.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage in their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Auburn baseball is brought to you by Cook's Pest Control and the Centricon system. You don't have to live with termites.
Bases loaded, nobody out, 2 runs in for Auburn in the bottom of the first. And a quick Chappie's Deli call to the bullpen for LSU, and number 35, Griffin Herring. He is a left-hander out of South Lake, Texas, 6'2", 195, powerhouse South Lake Carroll High School. He is a freshman who this year for LSU has appeared in 11 games. He has a 2-1 record with 2 saves and a 4.19 earned run average. 19 1/3 innings in his 11 outings. He's given up 19 hits, 13 runs, 9 of them earned. He's walked 9, he has struck out 23. He's given up 5 doubles, no homers. He's hit 5 batters, and teams are hitting .257 against Griffin Herring in the league. 1-1 with 2 saves in 6 appearances. Earned run at .565. That's his ERA in SEC games. 14 1/3 innings, 16 hits, 9 earned runs, 8 walks, and 18 strikeouts. And teams are hitting .281 against him in SEC play. The starter, Christian Little, faced 5 batters. He walked 4 of them. He gave up an RBI single to Ike Irish. He did not retire an out. He's out of the game, 5 batters deep. And Cooper McMurray, the lefty, will face Griffin Herring, the left-handed reliever for LSU.
Little threw 28 pitches, only 9 strikes. All right, here's Cooper McMurray. 1 for 8 this weekend. He's batting .290, 12 homers, 36 runs batted in, 2-1 Auburn on top. Still nobody out, and the bases loaded here in the first inning for Auburn.
Fastball, slider, changeup for Herring, a 3-pitch guy.
The lefty stretches, size, and pitches. McMurray takes it low. Ware at first, Irish at second, Pierce at third.
Lefty's hitting .276 against Herring, .244 for right-handers.
Outfield plays McMurray the opposite way. 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0. He gets around on one, puts it in the right field corner. That may clear the bases for McMurray. 2-0 the count. Stretch and pitch. Ball 3.
Oh.
It hit and missed by much.
5 of the 9 Herring has given up this year came last week in 2 2/3 innings against Alabama. He allowed 5 runs on 6 hits in that outing.
3-0 the count to Cooper McMurray. Stretch in the pitch. He walked him on 4 pitches, another run home for Auburn.
The patience that Auburn has shown at the plate in the last 7 innings or so of baseball has been really exciting to watch. The coaches talk all the time about just have good at bats. The hits will come, the runs will come. Just have good at bats, and Auburn has been willing to be patient at the plate today, and it's paid off.
Here's Kason Howell with the bases loaded, no one out. 3 runs home. Ball outside and low. 4 walks by Little, another by Herring, an RBI single, and Auburn leads 3-0. Still nobody out here in the first inning. Stretch by Herring. Here's the pitch. Strike call. 1-1.
I think you have to see a strike first, the way LSU has struggled to find the strike zone here in the first inning.
Stretch. 1-1 pitch. Fouled back to the screen by Kaysen off the end of the bat. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Auburn center fielder. Had 2 hits in Friday night's game. He's 2 for 8 this weekend.
Fastball will be in the low 90s. That one looked like a fastball at 89.
Now the 1-2. Missed outside, 2-2. Again, didn't miss by much.
And that was the changeup.
Boy, there is a big gap in right center field for Howell. We know that he can go that way. There's a big gap on the infield to the right side. 2-2. High, ball 3. And LSU has gone to a 3-ball count in every at-bat of this inning. 3-1 Auburn. 3-2 pitch coming up to Kaysen. Here it is. Fouled it off the right side. Full count to Howell. Couple Texas guys going at each other right here. 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4. Another run home for Auburn. 4-1 Auburn.
Boy.
The 6th walk of the inning by LSU pitcher. RBI number 28 for Kaysen Howell.
And it's not like these guys are getting squeezed either. They're just not really that close.
And now Caden Green to the plate. 0 for 3 on the weekend. He has been pinch hit for early in the first 2 games. 2 homers, 13 RBI this season for Caden Green. Howell at first, McMurray at second, and Ware at third. Stretching the pitch. Outside, ball 1.
There is more activity in the LSU bullpen. Can't quite make out who it is.
Bases loaded, nobody out. 4 runs home for Auburn in the bottom of the first. Tigers on top 4-1. 1-0 to Green. Foul back to the screen. A ball and a strike to the Auburn second baseman.
Yeah, you mentioned his struggles this weekend. He is really wanting to make something happen for his team here with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Griffin Herring comes set. Here's the 1-1. Line drive, base hit into left field. It's down for a hit. McMurray's around third. Here comes the throw home. McMurray is safe. A 2-run single for Caden Green to left field. Frankly, I am surprised that Auburn sent him, but it certainly paid off, scoring McMurray from second base.
To say Cooper was barreling down the third base line would be an understatement, and a savvy slide too. He was sliding to the back side of the plate just in case the throw was a little closer, and that'll do it for Griffin Herring.
6 runs for Auburn in the first. Still nobody out. And LSU with its second Chappie's Deli call to the bullpen.
Conecuh Sausage is a product we all know and love, and it's the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh Sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, patented blend of seasonings, all natural casings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true southern flavor. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh Sausage dog or premium hot dog while watching the Tigers, and make Conecuh part of your game day or any day. Conecuh Sausage is celebrating their 75th year of the Sessions family, making their premium smoked sausage in Evergreen, Alabama. Be sure to visit the new Conecuh gift shop right off I-65 at exit 96.
All right, the new pitcher for LSU is a guy the Tigers have already seen this weekend. It is Gavin Guidry, 6'2", 173, freshman from Lake Charles, Louisiana. He is a right-hander who is making his second appearance in the series on the season. Guidry, 3-0, 1 save, 11 appearances, 10 in relief, an earned run average of 3.09. 11 2/3 innings pitched, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 8 walks, and 19 strikeouts. Teams are hitting 190 against Gavin Guidry. He has thrown 6 wild pitches this season. He threw in the Friday game a third of an inning, walked a batter, struck out a batter. And that's his only appearance in the series. For the year, SEC play, Guidry 1-0, 6 outings. He does have a save, a 4.76 ERA, 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts, and teams are hitting .273 against Guidry. 1 extra base hit that he's allowed this year in the league, and that was a double. So Gavin Guidry is on. Griffin Herring faced 3 batters. He walked 2 of them and then gave up a 2-run single to Caden Green.
Auburn has scored 6 times here in the first, and there's still nobody out. And Nate LaRue is the 9th man to bat in the first inning. Kason Howell is second. Caden Green at first after his first base hit of the weekend, but it's a biggie. 2-run score.
Well, when you are as patient as Auburn has been in the first inning, you force the pitcher to give in. Psychologically, he goes, all right, I've just got to throw strikes in a place where, you know, they're not hitting their spots, and Caden forced that to happen and turned on one, pulled it into left field.
And you cannot score enough runs today.
You're not kidding. 52 pitches combined for the LSU pitchers today. Still nobody out.
Here's Nate LaRue. First pitch from Guidry. High, ball 1. Nate is 1 for 6 with 2 runs batted in. He hit one off of the glove of the third baseman White yesterday that scored a run for the Tigers. Stretch and pitch. Right down the middle, a fastball at 89, 1-1 the count to LaRue. Auburn has sent 9 men to the plate here in the first, still nobody out. 6-1 Auburn. Here's the stretch, the 1-1. Swing and a miss through the fastball by him at 90.
The book on Guidry is he's slider first. Only throws the fastball, the other stuff occasionally. Now he's gotten ahead of LaRue. It's only the second time that a pitcher's been ahead of an Auburn hitter 1-2.
1-2 pitch. Outside, good block by Milazzo. 2-2 the count on the Yellowwood scoreboard. Georgia on top of Tennessee 6-4. That's the rubber game in Athens. Kentucky 2, South Carolina 0 in Lexington. Florida A&M scoreless, bottom of the first in College Station. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Nate LaRue. Here comes the pitch. Got him with a curveball. First out of the inning.
It's a good pitch. Caught him looking for something else.
Rounding out the SEC scoreboard, Arkansas, Mississippi State scoreless in the bottom of the second in Starkville. Auburn softball secures a top 4 seed at the SEC tournament with a 3-0 win against Mississippi State on a 1-hit shutout by Matty Penta. Here's Stanfield, chops it to the third baseman. To the bag there, he throws to first, it's not in time. Getting Howell at third. White tried to throw out Stanfield at first. Now there's 2 outs. And here is Cole Foster. Green at second and Stanfield at first. Foster walked and scored in this inning. Stretched by Guidry, the pitch. Out in front. 0-1 the count.
Chased a slider to open the sequence.
Two outs, 6 home for Auburn in the first. The 0-1. Between the legs of the catcher, Milazzo. And the runners move up to second and third on the wild pitch.
It's the 7th wild pitch for Guidry this year.
One ball and 1 strike to Cole Foster. Shift is on for Cole. To the right side. Now the 1-1. Curveball and a strike. A ball and 2 strikes. Guidry has retired the first 2 men he's faced. He's also thrown a wild pitch, and there are runners at second and third. A ball and 2 strikes to Cole Foster. Stretching the pitch. Reached out and fouled off the fastball out of play.
Spoiled a pretty good pitch. He tried to sneak that fastball by him, elevated it a little bit. Cole went up and got it.
A ball and 2 strikes. Foster, the pitch on the way. Fouled it back on a curve. Actually, yeah, it was the curve. 1 and 2.
Wouldn't be surprised here with a pitch or two to play with if he doesn't try to spin one down and in on him the way he opened the at-bat. It's Guidry's game for a bit. No other activity in the bullpen.
He comes set. 1-2 pitch. Chopper right side. Foster extending this at bat with 3 2-strike foul balls. The shift is on. The second baseman Dugas is into right field. The shortstop Thompson just to the left of the second base bag, and White well off the line at third. Pitch. Down the left side, that'll get out of play. Onto the second tier of the Tiger Terrace.
The jam-packed yet again Tiger Terrace. Had people out there an hour before the game setting up their chairs, making sure they got their place locked down.
Guidry again. A 1-2 pitch. Just inside.
Oh.
And then that got the home plate umpire.
Ooh.
Milazzo, I thought, got a glove on it, but it got the home plate umpire, Brandon Bennett. 2-2 the count. Two balls and 2 strikes to Cole Foster. 1 for 6 with a run, make that 2-run score this weekend. 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging with the curveball, and the inning is over. 6 runs for Auburn on 2 base hits, no errors, and 2 men left. We're through 1. That's right, 1. Auburn 6, LSU 1. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Southern homes are particularly vulnerable to termites. In this climate, you need guaranteed protection. You need Cook's Pest Control and Centricon. Termites attack the Centricon stations, exposing themselves to an agent that eliminates their entire colony. Upgrade from old-fashioned liquid service to the proven protection of Centricon and Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's today for a free evaluation.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
It's a great day for Auburn Tigers to get vaccinated. COVID and flu vaccines are an important tool to help stop the pandemic. The Alabama Department of Public Health is offering the COVID and flu vaccines to anyone 6 months and older. COVID and flu are still on the rise. Don't let COVID and flu stop you from supporting your favorite team. Continue to help protect yourself, your friends, and our campus by getting the COVID and flu vaccines. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
This broadcast of Auburn baseball is brought to you in part by Chick-fil-A. Download the Chick-fil-A app to earn and redeem points. Eat more chicken and War Eagle.
6-1 Auburn as LSU comes to the plate in the top of the second. We welcome you back to Plainsman Park. Today's second inning is presented by Auburn Bank, champions of you. Christian Herberholtz, who threw 12 pitches in the first, staked to a 6-1 lead. Here's Cade Beloso to lead it off for LSU in the second. He'll be followed by Jared Jones and Paxton Kling. Gavin Guidry did his job, retiring 3 in a row after Auburn had scored 6 runs with nobody out. Winding the pitch to Beloso. Strike call.
That's the location right there, at the knees, inner half.
Beloso, left-handed hitter, batting .303, has 8 homers and 31 runs batted in. The pitch. Swing, fly ball, shallow right, out goes Green, but there is Bobby Pierce, just cruising in to make the catch.
Had him shaded that way, played a little closer to the line and in a step or two, so Bobby started in good shape, had a little shorter route to take.
1 down, and here's Jared Jones, the first baseman. 6'4", 230, a freshman out of Walton High School in Marietta, Georgia.
Well, he smacked the ball yesterday a couple of times.
Line in the pitch. Inside, ball one from Herbert Holtz. He's hitting .338. He has 14 homers and 45 runs batted in. 1-0. Strike call on the outside third. 1-1 the count. Jones is 2 for 7 with a run scored this weekend. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to Ware. Backhand stab behind third. 2 first. 2 outs. And here's Paxton Kling, the right fielder.
Right fielder number 28, Paxton
Kling
Kling.
came on as a pinch hitter last night. Was 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball to left. 2 outs, nobody on for LSU here in the top of the second. Herbert Holtz winds and fires. Kling takes it off the outside edge, ball 1. Kling batting .303, 4 homers, 9 runs batted in. Freshman 6'2", 205 from Roaring Springs, Pennsylvania Central High School. Wind in the 1-0. Ground ball fair inside the third base bag and down into the corner. Kling around first base on his way to second, and he's there with his 5th double of the year.
All 3 of LSU's hits have been extra base hits today. The solo homer by Dugas last inning, the double by White last inning, and now the 2-out double by Kling. If you can keep them from stringing too many of those together this afternoon, you'll take it.
Here's the catcher, Alex Milazzo, with 2 outs and a runner at second. Milazzo from Zachary, Louisiana, 5'11", 185. He's a junior. Batting .350 this season. No homers and 14 runs batted in. Kling at second with a 2-out double. Herbert Holtz comes set. Checks the runner. Here's the pitch. High with the fastball. Six to 1. Auburn leads it. We're in the top of the second. A runner at second and 2 outs for LSU. Now the 1-0. Dropped in there for a strike.
Milazzo reminds me a little bit of Cole Messina, who we saw last week at South Carolina. Similar build, and they both just get up and battle at the plate.
1 ball and 1 strike to Milazzo. Herbert Holtz sets and pitches. It's the outside corner.
Nope.
It's called strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He's gone back to that breaking ball 2 pitches in a row. He's landed it right on the black of the corner both times.
Kling gets his lead at second base. Herbert Holtz off the stretch, and the 1-2 to Milazzo. High with the fastball. 2-2. Outfield play straight away with Milazzo at the plate. Infield back with 2 down. Kling leads from second. Now the 2-2 pitch. Line drive right at Cole Foster, and the inning comes to a close. No runs on a hit, no errors, a man left. We go to the bottom of the second. Auburn 6, LSU 1. This is the Auburn Sports Network from Playfly.
Check out the Talking Tigers podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. The Talking Tigers podcast is a series of one-on-one interviews hosted by the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham. Each week, Andy is joined by a featured guest with Auburn ties from athletics, entertainment, and other walks of life. Past legends and present trailblazers, insightful and entertaining. It's the Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham. Like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts today.
When you see the SEC student athlete, it's easy to picture the swing, the stance, the form. But look closer, and you'll see the heart, the brain, the clutch lab partner, the avid two-stepper, the pride of a hometown, and a little brother's hero. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Bottom of the second for Auburn, 3, 4, and 5 hitters to face Gavin Guidry, Pierce, Irish, and Ware. Guidry came on with the bases loaded, with runners at first and second for Auburn and nobody out. Auburn had scored 6 runs by the time Nate LaRue came up. He struck out LaRue, got a force out from Stanfield, and a strikeout from Foster.
Guidry started the Tuesday game against Southeastern Louisiana. That's his only start of the year. His longest relief outing this season, he's done it twice, an inning and 2/3.
Nice to see Herberholz get a 0 in the top of the second after Auburn scored those 6 runs. Here's Bobby Pierce. First pitch from Guidry. Miss low for ball 1.
And if you're looking at pitch counts, the most pitches he's thrown in an outing this year, 39 at South Carolina a month ago.
Pitch. Pierce takes it inside. 2 balls and no strikes. (6-1) Auburn. We're in the bottom of the second. Here's the 2-0 to Bobby. Ball 3 low. (3-0) count to Pierce. The pitch. Outside corner and a strike. 3-1. Now the 3-1. Up the middle, a base hit, and he almost took out the legs of Guidry.
Just as sharp a single as you will ever see. Center cut, and thankfully Guidry was able to shift forward a little bit, or else that's off of his lower body.
Now Ike Irish singled home a run in the first, and he scored. The first 8 men reached base for Auburn in the first inning, and the first 6 of those 8 scored for the Tigers.
It's the 50th hit of the year for Bobby Pierce, by the way.
He gets his lead. The pitch to Irish. Left upstairs by Guidry. 1-0.
Such an advantage to get ahead in the count.
Third baseman White plays up on the edge of the grass. A snap throw to first, and Pierce is back.
Boy, White playing in so close. Sure does leave a lot of real estate for Irish.
1-0 pitch to Ike. Fly ball into center, but that is Cruz territory. He makes the catch. 1 out.
He was shaded toward right center anyway, and only had to come in a couple of steps and over a couple of steps to make the catch.
Now Bryson Ware to the plate. He had a Bryson bomb here last night, his 20th or his 19th of the season.
And if he's sitting on the Guidry slider, you could see another one today.
He has 54 runs batted in on the season, walked and scored in the first. And the pitch. Showed bunt, took a strike. Ware with a bases loaded walk in the first. Batting .352, 19 homers, 54 runs batted in. Pierce with his lead at first. Now the pitch. Outside. 2-0 the count to Bryson. A ball and a strike to Bryson Ware. Pierce with his lead. The 1-1. Miss low. You have to wait a little bit on Brandon Bennett.
Yeah, he's not in a hurry to make his call, is he?
2-1 to Ware. Pitch on the way. Oh, he hung one and Bryson fouled it off.
He was sitting on the slider. He was ready. It was just early.
One of 4 graduates for Auburn this weekend on the Auburn baseball team. Now the 2-2 pitch to Bryson. Here it is. Miss low. Count is full. Now do you send Pierce from first?
It's a good question. Ware handles the bat well. You got McMurray waiting on deck. 1 out in the inning.
The stretch. 3-2 pitch, he does go. It's ball 4. They would have thrown him out at second base, but it was ball 4.
Good at bat.
And it didn't miss by much either.
No. It was close. It was just a little outside. Boy, if you could add on here in the second inning, you just 6 runs, you don't feel like it's ever enough to beat LSU. The 9 runs that Auburn has allowed in these first 2 games of the series are the lowest 2-game run total for LSU this season.
Here is Cooper McMurray. Pitch on the way. Strike right down the middle to Cooper. McMurray is 1 for 8 this weekend. A bases loaded walk in the first, giving him 37 runs batted in, batting .290, 12 round trippers. Here's the 0-1. High, ball 1.
We watched him Friday in his first round of batting practice. Everything he hit was to left center field.
And he has a wide open left center in the outfield and on the infield right now, too.
Clear path.
1-1. In the dirt. Blocked. Here comes Pierce to third, and he is out. Oh, he got in there.
Wow.
The throw beat him, but apparently White didn't apply the tag.
He's not arguing too vehemently right now, but I think maybe from the LSU dugout came the call that they'll appeal. Bobby got held up, and this will be a break for Auburn if the call stands and he is safe, because, or if he did legitimately get the hand in, because he hesitated and decided late to go, and Milazzo had to take 1 step to his right to grab the ball. That was all. That was it.
I'm not sure that the tag was applied. That's, I think, is what the third base umpire, John Brammer, said. The throw beat him, but Pierce slid in with his hands separated, and I'm not sure White got either hand.
Consensus in the booth, not that we're biased at all, but is that he's safe.
And he is. Consensus in the booth was correct.
Safe stand. Safe.
So he's safe.
Thank you. All right. 2-1. Runners at the corners now for Auburn. Nobody out. Excuse me, 1 out here in the second inning. 6-1, Auburn on top. Guidry comes set. Now the pitch. McMurray held up on 1 down and in. 3 balls and a strike to Coop.
We've seen a couple of 3-ball counts today. That's the 8th.
Here's the 3-1. Swing on a foul tip. Full count now.
It was a high fastball.
Pierce at third, Ware at first. Do they send Ware here on this 3-2 pitch? Guidry comes set. Here's the pitch. Line drive into right center field. That's down for a hit. Pierce scores. Ware on his way to third. 7-1 Auburn.
Terrific job. The 3-1 pitch was a high fastball. The 3-2 was elevated as well. I think it was a breaking ball, though. McMurray went up to get it, sent it into right field. Bryson Ware read it the entire way, had a great view from first to second, knew that it wasn't going to be caught, and so he had the Jets on the whole way around to third.
Runners at the corners for Auburn with 1 out, a run home for Auburn. And Jay Johnson, the head coach, is out for LSU now. Brings the entire infield in.
Guidry at 34 pitches. It's the 3rd time this year he's thrown 30 or more in an outing. He's 5 away from his season high pitch count. He just is not a long relief guy. I can't tell if there's activity in the bullpen right now for LSU. Yeah, there is. All right, somebody's throwing, but they're shielded from our view.
Jay Johnson heads back to the dugout. Auburn leads 7-1. Case and Howell at the plate with runners at the corners. One out here in the second inning. Stretching the pitch. Chopper to the pitcher. Here comes Ware. The throw home, and he is out. Good play by Guidry to shovel it home to Milazzo, and Bryson never got to the plate.
Nope, took a gamble there, breaking with the contact. Didn't pay off that time.
A check swing by Howell. Now Jay Johnson is out of the LSU dugout and talking to Brandon Bennett, the home plate umpire.
Tell you what, you'll never accuse him of being passive. He likes to come out and talk to the umpire during a game. And I'm not sure what he could be asking about.
I have no idea right now what's going on, other than he's trying to give his bullpen some time to warm up.
Yeah.
Here's Caden Green. Singled home 2 runs in the first inning. McMurray at second and Howell at first for Auburn. Guidry comes set. And the pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. And this completes a time through the order now for Guidry. Green is the 9th man he's faced. Stretch and pitch. Popped it up. Left side into left field. Morgan is there. And the inning comes to a close. Auburn gets a run on 2 hits. No errors and 2 men left. We're through 2. Auburn 7, LSU 1. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. That's why we make trucks like Ford F-Series. America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight, and counting. Made for performance and capability. Made to play hard and work smart, on and off-road. That's because they're built Ford tough. So be future ready with Ford F-Series, based on 1977 to 2022 calendar year total sales.
I'm Stuart Vance with the Vance Law Firm, and we're excited to be a proud partner of Auburn Athletics. This Auburn baseball season, the 3rd inning of every home game is sponsored by the Vance Law Firm. We're located right here in Central Alabama and ready to work for you. If you've been injured in a car wreck, let the Vance Law Firm get you the compensation you deserve. Call us today for a free consultation. It's as easy as dialing 3 for me. 333-3333.
Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Auburn baseball is brought to you by Alabama Power, proud to support the Auburn Tigers.
Auburn 7, LSU 1. LSU comes to the plate in the top of the 3rd, and it will be the top of the order for the Fighting Tigers. Dugas, Cruz, and White. Jay Johnson, in between innings, is talking to the home plate umpire. I have no idea what's going on. He is the third base coach today because their third base coach last night, Josh Jordan, was thrown out of the game.
Yep, and that takes a rollover suspension for the next game.
He has been in the ear, though, the home plate umpire, that's for certain. Talking about the head coach, Jay Johnson. Here's Gavin Dugas, who hit a home run in the first. Herbert Holtz winds. His 25th pitch is a strike on the inside corner.
The first pitch of each of the last 2 innings has been a strike. You can set the tone even with 1 pitch.
0-1, swing and a miss. Out in front of the off-speed delivery.
This is what he did to Dugas in the first inning.
And then he threw a fastball.
And Dugas homered.
Wind in the 0-2. Miss low, 1-2 the count. Auburn's bullpen became occupied, by the way, in that last half inning. 1-2. Chopper foul up the third baseline and off of the front of the Auburn dugout.
Drew Nelson, Zach Crotchfeld, Parker Carlson all headed down between innings.
Ware close to the line at third. The 1-2 to Dugas. Chopper foul. There's just been a steady diet of off-speed pitches in this at-bat.
If he gets the fastball again, I think it'll be in on the hands.
Line in the 1-2. Missed outside. 2-2. Considering buying or selling property in Auburn, maybe a game day home or condo? Get in touch with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Auburn's #1 real estate company. Visit comehometoauburn.com to start your search. 2-2 to Dugas. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Just missed the corner apparently. Full count. That's exactly where Herbert Holtz wanted that pitch. Now the 3-2. Chopper foul. Auburn 7, LSU 1. Top half of the third. Full count now to Dugas to lead off the inning. Here's the pitch. Fouled back here. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. This will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat for Gavin Dugas in the 3-2. Fouled back here. A new baseball to Christian Herbert Holtz. We'll do it again. 3-2 pitch. Line drive foul down the left side off the screen.
This is one of those LSU is going to feel good about no matter what happens in the at-bat because they've swung the axe a dozen more times into Herbert Holtz.
In one at-bat. Another 3-2 pitch. Line drive down the line, again foul. It doesn't matter if he throws the slider.
No.
Or the fastball.
Now, we talked yesterday about how much this team battled with 2 strikes. And we're seeing it again consistent. Well, we've seen it all weekend.
Herbert Holtz, the 3-2. Fly ball into right. Pires is back at the warning track. 1 out.
Whew.
Well, Christian won that battle.
Yes, he did.
13 pitches, though.
Center fielder number 3, Dylan Cruz.
Make that 14 pitches to get Dugas. Here's Dylan Cruz. Fouled to McMurray in the first. Wind in the pitch. Off the inside edge, 1-0.
The game yesterday where he was held without a hit was just the 7th game this year in which he has not recorded a hit, and just the 3rd SEC game.
Here's the 1-0. Line drive into left field. That will get down, and it hops off the wall on a bounce. Cruz will hold up. Look at that throw from Stanfield. It's a single for Cruz off the monster and left.
Stanfield with a strong arm, and that followed playing it well off the wall out there in left field. He was able to get to it quickly and then fire the missile back into the infield. Well played by Chris in left.
Second hit of the weekend for the SEC's leading hitter, Dylan Cruz. And now here's Tommy White, who on the other hand is he's 5 for 9 this weekend. He doubled to right center back in the first.
Those 5 hits have come in his last 5 at bats.
That misses low.
The last 4 of last night's game, and then his first at bat here today.
A 1-out single off the monster and left on a hop by Cruz. He's at first. 1-0 the count to Tommy White. Stretch of the pitch. Popped it up. Shallow left.
Tough
Foster
play.
is out, but Stanfield is in. Loses his hat. He had the sunglasses on, and he made the catch. 2 down. The third inning, of course, is presented by the Vance Law Firm. At the Vance Law Firm, they say dial 3 for me. 334-333-3333. 2 down. Here's Morgan. Morgan grounded out to Caden Green on a terrific play in the first, going into the hole to his left, making a diving stop and throwing out Morgan at first. Stretching the pitch. Morgan fouls it up and out of play off the left side.
No surprise he went up there looking to do damage on the first pitch.
He has been an impressive hitter since his freshman season.
Yep.
He was a leadoff hitter his freshman year for LSU. Cruz at first, 2 down in the inning. 0-1 to Morgan. Line drive left center field, long run, Kaysen Howell. And it's caught by Stanfield out there in front of Kaysen. Kaysen was going to have to dive for that one, but Stanfield ran it down. And the inning comes to a close. No runs a hit, no errors, a man left to the bottom of the third. Auburn 7, LSU 1. This is the Auburn Sports Network from Play Fly.
AuburnTigers.com is the official website of Auburn Athletics. Read the latest feature stories on your favorite Tiger teams. Get critical game day info. Search videos and audio. Find how to get connected through social and digital media or by joining Tigers Unlimited. Shop the AU Photo Store or just find the next event on the athletic calendar. Plus, all athletics broadcasts are streamed free at AuburnTigers.com/watch. AuburnTigers.com, the official online home of Auburn Athletics.
I'm Stuart Vance with the Vance Law Firm, and we're excited to be a proud partner of Auburn Athletics. This Auburn baseball season, the third inning of every home game is sponsored by the Vance Law Firm. We're located right here in Central Alabama and ready to work for you. If you've been injured in a car wreck, let the Vance Law Firm get you the compensation you deserve. Call us today for a free consultation. It's as easy as dialing 3 for me. 333-3333.
Nine 1 and 2 hitters for Auburn in the bottom of the third. Gavin Guidry is at 35 pitches for LSU. He put out the fire in the first, gave up a run in the second, and he will get Nate LaRue, Chris Stanfield, and Cole Foster in the third inning.
Riley Cooper, who we saw here last night, is starting to loosen up in the bullpen now for the Tigers. I guess he would be the next guy up out of the bullpen.
Auburn leads LSU 7-1.
Really nice in between innings there. You could hear it as we were going to break. The ovation steadily grew for the Tigers as they came off the field after putting another 0 on the board in the top of the third. And maybe in particular for the player Chris Stanfield out in left.
LaRue was the first man to face Guidry in the first, and he struck out. And he takes the first pitch from Guidry in this at-bat in the third, and it misses high for ball 1. Wind in the 1-0. Over the head of Milazzo to the backstop, 2-0. LSU pitching has walked 7 in the first 2 innings.
5 of those have come in to score.
2-0 pitch to Nate. Swing and a miss at the slider. 2 balls and a strike. Stanfield and Foster to follow for Auburn in the third. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at another slider. 2-2.
That's Guidry's game. Slider first.
2-2 pitch to LaRue. That one missed low. Nate held off. The count is full. Three-two pitch. Swing and a shot to left, but right at Morgan. Boy, that ball was smoked. But Morgan ran it down to left field, 1 out.
Yep, Guidry hung a slider, and LaRue was sitting on it that time. He just hit it right at the left fielder.
First time today that LSU has retired the leadoff man for Auburn. And now here's Chris Stanfield. Walked and a fielder's choice back in the first. Guidry winds and fires. There's a strike for Stanfield. Chris is 2 for 8. Make that 2 for 9 this weekend, the 0-1. Fouled back. Got a changeup up, but it's a little bit too up. And Chris is behind 0-2. Look out for the slider. Here's the 0-2. Slider pops it up right side and into the stands. The third row of the chairback seats above the concourse.
I appreciate the people who just completely vacate the area when the ball is coming their way.
Another 0-2 pitch to Stanfield. Popped it up right side. That'll get out of play, I think. Yep, onto the concourse. Stanfield's hit a couple home runs in his freshman season, 16 runs batted in. Here's the 0-2. He tried to hold up. He did not. Strikeout. He knew it.
Yep.
2 outs.
He just turned and headed back to the dugout. He was gotten by the slider there with 2 strikes. And the key there for Guidry was getting ahead.
Third strikeout for Gavin Guidry. Now Cole Foster bats with 2 outs and nobody on. Wind in the first pitch. Swing, fly ball into left. Morgan runs out of real estate. It hit off the screen just above him.
Longest outing of the year for Guidry in terms of pitch count and innings in a relief appearance. 48 pitches now, or 49 for Guidry. That's 10 more than he had thrown in his longest outing before.
0-1 to Foster. The wind of the pitch. High with the fastball. 1-1 to Cole. One delivery. High ball 2. Same result, same spot. 2-1 to Foster.
Got a couple of swings and misses on the slider down and in from Cole to strike him out in the first inning. So he comes back to that here.
Wind and delivery. Outside again, ball 3. Walked and scored in the first, struck out in the first.
Ready for Beethoven's 5th again. Didn't come.
3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. The slider down and in. It would have been ball 4.
That's that spot. He's gotten 3 swings and misses from Foster in 2 at-bats on that pitch.
Foster batting left-handed against the righty Guidry. Full count now to Cole. The wind in the pitch. High fly ball into right down the line. Kling near the corner. And makes the catch right on top of the line, and the inning is over. For the first time today, Auburn retired in order. We're through 3. Auburn 7. LSU 1. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Attention business owners. Stop throwing your hard-earned money away on rent. Imagine owning your own building and saving thousands every year. Sound impossible? Not if you use General Steel. General Steel can help you save thousands by owning your own custom-designed building. Just call 888-74-STEEL. That's 888-74-STEEL to see how much money you can save with General Steel. Our buildings come with a 50-year warranty, and thousands of companies, from Fortune 500 corporations to startups, have trusted the General with their building needs.
If you need to expand or start a new business, you really need General Steel.
I'm very impressed with General Steel.
Everyone's been extremely helpful. I'd recommend General Steel to anyone looking to build a steel building.
Stop wasting money on rent. Call 888-74-STEEL. That's 888-74-STEEL to find out about all our popular quick construction kits, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building. Just call 888-747-8335 now. That's 888-74-STEEL.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
Top half of the fourth, Auburn on top of LSU 7-1. 7 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Auburn. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for LSU. Christian Herbert holds back to work. And to take you through the middle 3, here's Brad Law.
All right, Andy, thank you very much. Hits are even at 4 apiece. Herbert Holtz gets Thompson, Beloso, and Jones. 5, 6, and 7 in the order. Auburn scored 6 times in the first inning. Added another run in the second. And so as we get underway here in the fourth, Christian Herbert Holtz giving up 3 extra base hits, a solo homer by Gavin Dugas to lead off the ball game. Since then, doubles by White and Kling and a single by Dylan Cruz. Now the fourth inning ready to get underway. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch to Thompson. Herbert Holtz lands it on the outside edge for a strike. That breaking ball, he's been able to locate it for called strikes throughout the afternoon. He's ahead 0-1. Another first pitch strike to start an inning. The 0-1 is a fastball that's pulled foul on the ground into the Auburn dugout. And it's 0-2.
It isn't an overpowering fastball by Herbert Holtz. It has to be located well.
The breaking ball away and the fastball in are a pretty nifty combo here for the junior right-hander out of Scottsboro. His 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Took something off, and he had Thompson out in front. That is the first strikeout of the game for Christian Herbert Holtz. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. This LSU team is tough to strike out.
You're not kidding.
Now here's Cade Beloso. Beloso flied out to right in the second. Bends his knees. First pitch, outside corner, strike 1.
Back to what you said about the strikeouts. That makes what Auburn did last night all the more amazing. 14 strikeouts of LSU.
0-1. Missed low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
That came one night after LSU struck out Auburn 18 times.
Something changed around the fourth inning, the second time through the order against the starter Floyd last night. You know, at one point he struck out 7 Auburn hitters in a row. 1-1 to Beloso. A little bit outside, that makes it 2-1. They started laying off sliders away that weren't strikes, and the whole tone of the game changed. 2-1 to Beloso, misses low, bounced up there off the plate.
There was a balk, an ejection. The game was disrupted a couple times. By the time the game started back again, the momentum had swung to Auburn's favor last night.
3-1 the count to Beloso. Herbert Holtz deals and gets a fastball in the inner half for strike 2. Snapped it in there at 92 miles an hour. Crowd tries to get behind Herbert Holtz. Shift is on against Beloso. Herbert Holtz rocks back and fires. Swing, a little looper. That'll be caught by Foster out at short. Off the end of the bat, a soft looper. Cole went back to the edge of the left field grass, made the catch for the second out.
Humpback liner. I don't know, that might be politically incorrect these days. I don't know.
I don't think the Whales are offended.
I hope not.
We're trying to save them after all.
It's true.
All right, here's Jared Jones. Now the shift is on the other way. Jones grounded out to third his first time, rolled one out there to Bryson. First pitch down the middle, strike 1. Just threw it right down South College. Jones, the number 9 hitter yesterday, doubled, singled, walked, scored a run in last night's game. 0-1 pitch. Off speed and must have been a little bit high. It looked like it had the plate. You can hear that plenty of others thought it was a strike. It's 1-1, 2 outs, nobody on. 1-1 to Jones. Fastball. That one must have been a little high too, I guess. Herbie looked like he hit his spots there, 2 pitches in a row, and he's behind in the count.
I don't think it was high, Brad.
Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 3. He's gone to 3-ball counts to back-to-back batters. He didn't go to a 3-ball count the first time through the order at all. Now the right-hander again, 3-1. Foul tipped into the mitt.
It has been nothing but fastballs.
Yeah.
To Jared Jones here.
He's going right after the freshman first baseman who has 14 home runs this year.
Would he snap off a slider here?
I think that makes sense because he's located it well. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Just missed the outside corner. Herbert Holtz all around the strike zone. But he issues his first walk of the game. It's to Jones. He's there with 2 outs.
Well, I'd love to see that pitch again. Love to see the location of it.
Yeah. I'd like to see that whole sequence again, quite frankly. All right, Jay Johnson with a few words for Paxton Kling. 7-1 Auburn. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Conecuh Sausage is proud to sponsor Auburn baseball. Conecuh Smoked Sausage is a fan favorite for tailgating, and you can enjoy their grilled sausage dogs and premium hot dogs inside Plainsman Park. Conecuh, still family owned and made in Evergreen, Alabama since 1947. Make Conecuh Sausage part of your game day. Did you go dogs again today?
I didn't go anything today.
Nothing today?
Nothing.
Right. Here's Kling. They've had 3 different starters in right field this series. Kling came on to pinch hit in last night's ball game. First pitch off speed and in there for a strike. Kling doubled in the second. He's batting .312 now for the year. 2 outs, top of the 4th, the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball missed low, blocked by LaRue. 1-1 the count.
60 pitches for Christian Herbert Holtz.
24 hits for Kling, 4 homers, 5 doubles, 2 triples. So 11 of his 24 hits have gone for extra bases. The 1-1. Missed a little outside, it's 2-1. Herbert Holtz is hitting the mitt. Butch Thompson just looks on with his hands on his hips in the dugout. It's a couple of batters in a row. He's fallen behind 2-1. Herbert Holtz off the right side of the rubber. Spins one low, it's 3-1. A strikeout to Thompson, a Beloso line out, and then a walk to Jones. And now Herbert Holtz takes a little walk around the top of the mound. Pitch clock is down to 8.
Gonna have to hustle.
It's down to 3. There it is with 1. The 3-1 pitch down Broadway, 3-2. Nice use of the pitch clock there by Herbert Holtz. He took all 20 seconds. 1 strike away from another 0 on the board. Herbert Holtz comes set. He fires, runner goes, pitch is grounded foul past third. And we'll come back and do it again. Sunshine, temperatures in the low 80s. Beautiful Sunday afternoon. Now another payoff pitch due Paxton Kling. Runner at first, 2 outs. There goes the runner. The pitch is pulled foul again into the Auburn dugout. That ricocheted off the side of the dugout and into the line of players watching from the top or from the railing.
Butch had to duck out of the way of that one.
Head coach gives a clap of the hands for Herbert Holtz. He's battling up there on the mound. 65 pitches for Herbert Holtz. The right-hander set again. Another payoff pitch to Kling. Strike 3 called. Froze him with a fastball, and that's how the inning ends. Herbert Holtz bookends the fourth with strikeouts. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left for LSU. To the bottom of the fourth we go. 7-1 Auburn. This is the Auburn Sports Network from Playfly.
The Auburn Tigers Today podcast keeps you plugged into the Tigers like nowhere else, with Andy Burcham's weekly coaches interviews, post-game audio, and Jacob Hellman's comprehensive This Week in Auburn Athletics feature. It's the only podcast that keeps you current on everything happening around Auburn athletics, from Jordan Hare to Neville Arena and beyond. Just like and subscribe to Auburn Tigers Today podcast.
Hey Tiger fans! LineX is proud to sponsor Auburn baseball and Protected's dugouts at Plainsman Park. LineX is your one-stop shop for truck accessories, spray-on bed liners, exterior automotive coatings, and more. Find anything you need to protect and personalize your truck or Jeep. From the first pitch to extra innings, LineX has you covered. Go to linex.com to learn more. War Eagle!
Auburn leads LSU in the rubber game of this series at Plainsman Park, 7-1. Hits are even at 4 apiece. And Gavin Guidry has been a lifesaver for LSU here in the game today. He came in the first inning. And he's been the guy. 3 innings of relief work. He came on after 2 pitchers failed to record an out.
The Gatorade Player of the Year in Louisiana. As a pitcher, he also hit .422 as a hitter.
Well, Skeens, who, of course, everybody knows is a superstar starter. Skeens didn't start pitching till his junior year in high school, and when he was at Air Force, he was a two-way guy, big power hitter.
He was a finalist for the John Olerud Award.
Yeah. Here's Bobby Pierce. First pitch, swing and a miss. He measured a high-hanging slider and came up empty. Pierce today is singled. He has walked. He has scored twice. 0-1 pitch from Guidry. Swing and a miss at one that was a little low. And very quickly, it's 0-2. Guidry at 56 pitches. And this is 4th inning of work. 0-2 pitch. Missed outside. It's 1-2. He was the starter in their midweek game last week. He won't be starting against Northwestern State Tuesday night, that's for sure. 1-2 pitch. Bouncing ball to third. Backhand stab by White. Nice play. Long throw, short hop, and Jones couldn't come up with it at first base, and Pierce is safe. A high chopper that White had to field a backhand on a short hop. He did that. His throw to first was low, and Jones couldn't quite scoop it out of there.
Good play by White to get the snag, but the throw was low. Safe at first base.
It is the 8th error of the season on Tommy White at third base. And Pierce is aboard for the 3rd time today. He scored the first 2 times. There's a turn and a throw to first. Bobby's back with a head first slide. He's only stolen 2 bases this year, but Pierce a 5-tool guy. He can run well. Ike Irish, the batter, an RBI single and a run scored in the first. He's also flied out to center field. Irish takes a breaking ball off the plate for ball 1. White is in on the grab. Well, he's even with the bag now. He'll cheat in a couple of steps more before the 1-0 pitch. 1 step, and the pitch is fouled back into the left.
Lefty Riley Cooper and right-hander Blake Money in the pen right now for LSU. Cooper's been throwing for a while.
Yeah, and we saw Cooper yesterday. We haven't seen Money yet. The 1-1 to Irish. Bounced up there, blocked by Milazzo, and he is saved.
I'll bet that's 7 or 8
Yeah.
wild pitches that he saved today.
Yep.
And that's not an exaggeration.
2-1 the count to the Auburn DH. 2 of his 3 homers have come in SEC play. 2-1, big swing and a miss at a slider down and in.
Swung over the top of it.
been the most effective pitch against the left-handed hitters. If he comes back to it. 2-2 the count. Pitch. Bounced up there. There goes Pierce. Throw goes to second, and it is late. It bounced 3-4 feet in front of the plate. So Milazzo had to come forward. It shortened the throw, but Pierce with excellent recognition. He read that as a spiked ball right out of Guidry's hands. It's a wild pitch, and the count 3-2 to Irish. Payoff pitch to Ike will wait. They spin, they throw back. Close play. Irish able to get back in there with a head first slide, and LSU asking for a review.
Yeah, Thompson would like a review. The shortstop, it's not going to come from the dugout.
Nope. Shift is on. Irish could punch one through the left side. It's wide open. White well off the bag at third. Shortstop Thompson near the bag at second. There's a swing and a miss at a slider. Went right back to it as a payoff pitch. It just looks so enticing to the left-handed hitters and dives right toward their back foot. So another strikeout for Guidry. His fourth of the game. And here's Bryson Ware, who has walked twice and scored once. Pierce the runner at second. One out in the inning. First pitch is low, ball one. For Ware, going back to the game yesterday, it's his fourth walk in his last 5 plate appearances. Swing and a bouncing ball left side. Thompson to his right. Charges, fields, throws. Dropped! Oh, it just popped out of Jones' glove at first base. The throw was there. It was about knee-high. Jones had it in plenty of time, and when he went to squeeze it, it just popped right out of the glove. That ought to be an error on Jones.
Yes, no question. It would be his 10th, or it would be just his second of the year.
The throw was there.
No question about that.
Thompson charged.
And that's all for Guidry. And the 2 runners that are on base this inning are not his fault. An error by the third baseman White and an error by the first baseman Jones. And LSU makes the Chappie's Deli. I like the French dip there. The Chappie's Deli call to the bullpen.
Conecuh Sausage is a product we all know and love, and it's the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh Sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, patented blend of seasonings, all natural casings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true Southern flavor. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh Sausage dog or premium hot dog while watching the Tigers, and make Conecuh part of your game day or any day. Conecuh Sausage is celebrating their 75th year. The Sessions family making their premium smoked sausage in Evergreen, Alabama. Be sure to visit the new Conecuh gift shop right off I-65 at exit 96.
LSU to the bullpen. The Chappie's Deli call to the bullpen to number 38 left-hander Riley Cooper. 6'2", 270 pounds, a junior from Fresno, California, Clovis North High School, and a transfer from Arizona. Cooper 3-2 on the year, a 6.40 earned run average. This is his 20th appearance, 18th in relief. 32 1/3 innings, 23 runs on 40 hits. 32 strikeouts, 12 walks, 4 homers, and opponents are hitting .303 against Riley Cooper. 2-0 in SEC play with an ERA of 6.60. This is his 12th relief appearance. 11 runs, 20 hits in 15 innings. 13 strikeouts, 5 walks, 2 homers, .323 the average. Cooper threw her last night. 1 inning of work, gave up no runs on a hit, and he struck out a batter. He threw 18 pitches last night. Gavin Guidry does nice work for LSU. Came in the first with the bases loaded and nobody out, got out of that jam. Has given up 1 run in 3 1/3 innings on 2 hits. 4 strikeouts, a walk, 3 wild pitches. And he is partially responsible for the runners at first and second. They both reached on an error here in the 4th inning.
Cooper an inning last night, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. So he's pitching on back-to-back days. Let's see how many times he's done that this year. He did it last weekend against Alabama. Had a 6-pitch outing on Saturday. Came back on Sunday and threw 43 pitches, but he gave up 2 runs in 2 1/3 innings. He pitched twice against Kentucky, but with a day in between. Back-to-back appearances against Texas A&M, and on the back end of those 2, he gave up 2 runs in 2/3 of an inning.
This is a Joe Beckwith at bat right now. Our buddy, the late Joe Beckwith, would always call Cooper Cooper, and you've got a Cooper on the hill and a Cooper at the plate.
Pitch to McMurray, low and outside, ball 1. I look at Riley Cooper out there, it just makes me think of Kirk Sampson.
Too much hair.
Good point. 1-0 pitch outside. 2-0.
Way too much hair.
Yeah, but otherwise.
Yes.
2-0 to McMurray. Cooper's been aboard twice. High pop. Shallow center. On comes Cruz. Out goes Thompson. The shortstop makes the catch. McMurray got under it. 2nd out. Pierce at 2nd, Ware at 1st. Both guys reached on errors. And now here's Kason Howell. Last chance for Auburn to extend this 4th inning. Tigers lead 7-1. A 6-run first inning for Auburn. Tigers sure would like to keep on stretching that lead. Here's the pitch. Off speed, outside corner. 0-1. Cooper, the lefty, checks 2nd, comes home, and missed low. A ball and a strike. Pierce at 2nd, Ware at 1st. Howell looking for his first hit of the day, and he sends one deep into left center field. Morgan gives it a run. He looks up. It's off the wall and overrun by the center fielder Cruz. 2-run score on the play. Howell slides into 3rd. 2-run triple. Kason Howell. It's 9-1 Auburn. Deep into the canyon off the angled portion of the wall. It kicked back off that angled portion, and Cruz overran it. And that allowed Kason to take the extra base.
And Auburn takes advantage of the 2 errors in this inning.
Yes, they do. Freebies. How many times this year have freebies been a factor in a game? And it's Auburn making LSU pay for those today. Now, Caden Green. 1 for 2, a 2-run single in the 1st. Green takes ball 1 outside. Both of those runs charged to Guidry.
2nd to triple for Kason Howell. They both come off the monster or the canyon and left.
1-0 to Green. Swing and a miss. He was out in front of the changeup. Pats himself on the batting helmet. He knows what he did. 1-1 the count.
A lot of room up the middle for Caden right here.
Yes, there is. 2nd baseman shaded toward 1st. Shortstop shaded toward 3rd. Off speed and a 2nd strike, a high strike call there. And it's 1-2. A 2-out triple for Kason Howell, and it's 9-1 Auburn. 1-2 pitch. Bounced up there, got away from Milazzo, but not far enough for Howell to score from 3rd. It simply evens the count to Green. It's 2-2. 1 run, 4 hits, and 2 errors for LSU. 9 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Auburn. 2-2 to Green. Missed down and in. Counts full. There's Beethoven's 5th. Payoff pitch due the Auburn 2nd baseman. Fly ball left field. Morgan back, now spins around and tracks it. And he makes the catch out in left, and the inning comes to a close. But Auburn scores 2 more times on 1 hit. The Howell triple. They plate 2 errors. 1 runner left on base. We're through 4 here at Plainsman Park. Series finale. Auburn 9, LSU 1. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
By now, your daily routine is probably a little too routine. Don't you want to change? Don't you want to start playing by your own rules and escape the routine so your fantasy becomes reality? Where every night is an adventure, where new flavors are ready to be tasted, where it feels like you're a winner. Take a chance. Reward yourself. Make your routine anything but routine. Escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and windcreekcasino.com.
And the pitch. A swing so powerful it takes our breath away. Whoa, what a grab. A double play that has us high-fiving strangers, swaying together with every take me out to the ball game, and the rally that brings us to our feet as one. At Alabama Power, we believe that sharing 9 innings of baseball makes us a better community. It's a powerful spirit that energizes the communities we serve. It's power for a better Alabama. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Auburn baseball is brought to you by Cook's Pest Control and the Centricon system. You don't have to live with termites.
We move to the 5th inning here. Auburn on top of LSU 9-1. And Christian Herberholtz at 66 pitches. Hoping to give the Tigers another inning here, get through the 5th. The 5th inning is presented by Southern Union. You're thinking about your future? Did you know that you can move seamlessly to Auburn to complete a bachelor's degree in selected programs by just doing this, taking courses at Southern Union and Auburn concurrently at Southern Union's tuition rates? So let Southern Union put you on a path to the plains.
Christian Herberholtz took his path to the plains through Southern Union.
He certainly did. Been a pretty successful path to this point. Here today, Herberholtz has given up a run on 4 hits. He has walked 1. He struck out 2 in the 4th. Milazzo, the catcher, the number 9 hitter, gets it started for LSU in the 5th. He takes ball 1 inside. A leadoff homer for Gavin Dugas in the 1st inning. That's been the offense for LSU thus far. Pitch to Milazzo. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Good command with the off-speed pitch throughout the day for Herberholtz. Number 29 in orange lifts, plants, fires, swing, and a foul ball on that breaking ball. It's 1-2. Commencement weekend here on campus. A lot of new graduates, including 4 from the baseball team. 1-2 pitch. Downstairs, 2-2.
Talked to Bryson Ware about that last night on the Regions Bank postgame. Man, he just lit up when he talked about graduating.
2-2 on the way to Milazzo. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Threw the fastball by him. He put it on the outside corner, elevated it just a bit. Milazzo had to reach, and he couldn't connect. That's 3 strikeouts now for Herberholtz. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. No, the student athletes, their schedules are just jam-packed from beginning to end of every day. And first pitch to Dugas is low, ball 1. So no matter the sport, you got classes, you got study halls, you got workouts, you got practices or games, you got travel schedules. These men and women work awfully hard, not just to win games on the field, but to earn their college degrees, to earn their Auburn degrees. It means something. Ball and nothing the count to Dugas, the LSU second baseman. Herberholtz delivers. It's high, 2-0.
LSU fan walking by, he has the rally cap and shirt. His cap is inside out and his shirt is backwards.
2-0. Oh, and that hit him. Fastball rode up and caught Dugas on the meat of the shoulder, it looked like, it sounded like. That's the 3rd straight game in which he's been hit. 23rd time this year. 1 out base runner for the Fighting Tigers. And now Dylan Cruz, who recorded his 2nd hit of the series back in the 3rd inning, a single to left. A long single to left. Big hole on the right side. Green angles near the bag at second. First pitch. Oh, it popped that fastball on the inside corner, just painted it. 0-1. Auburn has not turned to double play in this series. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut at one that was diving down, and it's 0-2. Herbert Holtz, a good easy upper or lower 90s on the fastball. Smooth delivery. He's ahead 0-2. Here's the pitch to Cruz. It's high. Wasted one. Tommy White waits on deck. 9-1 Auburn. We're in the top of the 5th. Short lead for Dugas at first. The 1-2 to Cruz. Missed a little low, gets away from LaRue and well up the third base line, and Dugas advances to second. That'll take the double play off the table. And the count goes to 2-2 on Cruz. Auburn bullpen has been occupied for a while.
It's now active.
Parker Carlson is throwing.
So
Drew
is Nelson, yeah.
Herbert Holtz is at 78 pitches. He has battled again for Auburn here this afternoon. 2-2 pitch to Cruz. On the way. Swing and a miss. He just reared back and threw the fastball by Dylan Cruz. That's 4 strikeouts in the last inning and 2/3 for Herbert Holtz. 2 down.
He's now at 79 pitches. It's his second highest this season, trailing only his 92 pitches last week at South Carolina on that Saturday 9-5 win.
Tommy White is doubled and he is flied to left. First pitch looped back out of play, 0-1. And I wonder how much difference it makes that Herbert Holtz, as Vail did, had an extra day. He's been the Saturday starter.
I wouldn't think it would hurt.
No.
This deep into a season?
Right. And coming off of a high pitch count.
And they'll probably have to ratchet it back next weekend when Auburn plays Thursday through Saturday at Ole Miss.
0-1 pitch to White after a long look towards second. Big lead by Dugas there. The pitch up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike.
His last 3 outings now, 78 pitches against State, 92 last week against Carolina, and now he is at 81 today.
Dugas again, a big lead at second. Green inched a little closer to the bag, but still playing deep at second. The 1-1 to White is pulled foul, yanked past Jay Johnson just outside the third base coach's box. And now it's 1-2, and here comes the crowd behind Herbert Holtz.
He said, here comes the crowd.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a 9-1 Auburn lead. SEC RBI leader at the plate. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Line drive past Foster and into left field. Rounding third is Dugas. He will score. And Tommy White rockets a 1-2 pitch.
I'm not sure Dugas touched the plate. He may have stepped over the plate. And the home plate umpire was looking right at it.
And you hear some of the fans asking for Auburn to appeal to home. Darren Schoenrock is out of the Auburn dugout. He will come and visit the mound. This visit to Herbert Holtz, 83 pitches for Christian. And the cleanup hitter, Trey Morgan, waiting to hit next. I haven't seen a replay of the...
Well, if he touched it with his back heel.
You know Herbert Holtz, and this is one of the reasons the coaches like him so much. He'd like to battle for a chance to get out of the inning. and he'll get that. It's 9-2 Auburn, the run scoring on the RBI single for Tommy White, the second run of the day for LSU. White's second hit of the day. Does not look like Auburn will appeal. And here's Trey Morgan with 2 outs and a runner at first. Morgan is 0 for 2 today, and that's news. He's grounded out and flied out. First pitch to him. It's high. 1-0.
He spins out of the way like it's almost going to hit him almost every time it's a ball.
I was going to say it wasn't as dramatic as he made it look, but it was high. Now the 1-0. Missed a little low. 2 balls, no strikes. We're in the top of the 5th. Hits are even at 5, but Auburn has taken advantage of freebies today. Walks and errors for LSU. 2-0. Inside, 3 balls, no strikes. Jordan Thompson waits to hit next. Play him to pull on the infield, Ware way off the line. Green on the edge of the right field grass. Outfield is straight away. Herbert Holtz from the stretch. He delivers. There's a strike down the middle. Morgan was taken all the way. It's 3-1, and now you go to work. Herbert Holtz trying to finish out 5 innings here in a start today. Put him in position to win. 3-1. Low, ball 4, and Morgan draws a 2-out pass. It is the second walk to go with a hit batter from Herbert Holtz today, and runners are at first and second with 2 outs for Jordan Thompson. And Jay Johnson calls him over for a conference. Brandon Bennett makes a note of it. After today, you got 4 chances to see Auburn at home in the regular season. Midweek home game against Jacksonville State before the final regular season series of the year against Missouri. Weekend after next. All right, meeting is over. 2 outs. Jordan Thompson stands in. The first pitch to him. Missed down and in. A ball and no strikes. '89 pitches for Herbert Holtz. He is gutting it out here with a 9-2 lead. Offers a little more flexibility, but 2 on here for LSU with 2 outs in the 5th. 1-0 pitch. Fly ball left field. Stanfield has it tracked, has it in his glove. Inning is over. 1 run for LSU on 1 hit. No errors, 2 left on base. How about the hand that the Auburn family is giving Christian Herbert Holtz as he comes off the field? We go to the bottom of the 5th inning here at Plainsman Park. Auburn leads 9-2. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all... Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
We've all fallen into boring routines. We just keep doing what has to get done. Isn't it time to escape the old routine and make time for yourself? Make time to go out with old friends. Make time to add excitement back into your life. Make time to feel like a winner again. Life is more fun when you live it. So what are you waiting for? Escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and WindCreekCasino.com.
Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Auburn baseball is brought to you by Alabama Power, proud to support the Auburn Tigers.
We welcome you back to Plainsman Park. Auburn leads LSU 9-2 in the rubber game of this series. For the Tigers, it'll be 9-1-2. LaRue, Stanfield, and Foster against Riley Cooper. Christian Little started for LSU. He faced 5 batters, did not record an out. Griffin Herring then came on, faced 3 batters, did not record an out. And Auburn scored 6 times in the bottom of the first after LSU scored a single run in the top. Now, LSU got a single run in the top of the 5th. How do the Tigers respond here against Riley Cooper in the bottom of the 5th? First pitch is a strike off the outside corner to LaRue. The 0-1 fouled off the catcher, and it's very quickly 0-2 on the Auburn catcher. Nate today has struck out and flat out to left.
Brandon Bennett, the home plate umpire, brushes an impeccable home plate just to give the catcher a little more time.
0-2 pitch. That's high. 1-2. You got the sense that perturbed Cooper. He was ready to go. Checks the wrist guard quickly for the pitch call. Now he's ready. 1-2. Tried to check his swing on the outside edge. He went around, and that's a strikeout for Cooper, his first. LaRue is down on strikes, and now Chris Stanfield to the plate. Stanfield has walked and scored. He has reached on a fielder's choice, and he has struck out. Average sitting at 301. Shows bunt, takes it outside for ball 1. Cooper rocks and deals. Swing and a foul back to the net. A ball and a strike. That pitch clock gets down to about 14. And that's it. Pitch. Missed inside. Again, Stanfield had shown bunt.
I think he's looking up the first base line for the bunt because I think he knows he can beat Cooper to the bag, the pitcher.
2-1. Swing and a foul ball up the right side out of play. It's 2-2. Bouncing ball right side. Dugas plays back on it. Fields and throws. Close play. Boy, Stanfield just flew down the line. Made that close. But it is out. 2 away now in the 5th. And here's Cole Foster. He'll turn around, hit from the right side against the lefty Cooper. I haven't seen a pitcher work as quickly as Cooper this year. The pitch clock, now it's down to 12, but there were a couple of pitches the last at bat where it was at 19. Pitch to Foster, high and away, ball 1. Cole today 0 for 2, a walk and a run scored. He's also struck out, flied out to right field. He takes ball 2 outside. 6th batter Cooper is faced. Gave up a 2-run triple to Kason Howell in the 4th. There's a strike. It's 2-1. Nobody on, 2 outs. Cole Foster batting. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the mitts. 2-2. 90 on the fastball. It was up. And now the 2-2 from Cooper. Reaches out, lifts it into foul territory, right side. On comes the right fielder, Kling. He makes the running catch, and Auburn is retired in order in the 5th. We're through 5 at Plainsman Park. Auburn leads LSU 9-2. This is the Auburn Sports Network from Playfly.
The 50-yard line at Jordan Hare.
Play action. Reed in trouble. Reed gets rid of it. And it's picked off. James at the 20, to the 15, to the 10, down the sideline. He's gone. Touchdown. DJ James.
Center court at Neville Arena.
Auburn, SEC champs. Start to finish. The Tigers win 82-71. And the celebration begins at Auburn's Neville Arena.
Behind the plate at Plainsman Park.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the Tigers win. In 2018, they celebrated in Raleigh, North Carolina.
in 2019 in Atlanta. But today, Auburn celebrates at Plainsman Park.
We put you right in the middle of the action. This is the Auburn Sports Network from Playfly.
Christian Herberholt's day is done, and Auburn goes to lefty Drew Nelson in this Chappie's Deli call to the bullpen. Nelson, lefty, 5'11", 198, freshman out of Troy, Alabama, Pike Liberal Arts. We saw him taking some cuts in the cage this week. He is listed as an infielder and a pitcher. Today, he's a pitcher, 2-3 on the year, a 6.92 ERA, his 15th appearance and his 11th in relief. He has a complete game, 26 innings, 21 runs, 20 earned on 20 hits, 25 strikeouts, 19 walks, 2 homers, 215 the average against Drew Nelson. His first outing of this weekend, Nelson 0-2 in the league with a 10.57 ERA, making his 8th appearance, his 7th in relief, 9 runs all earned on 6 hits in 7 2/3 innings. 11 strikeouts, 12 walks in the league, a homer, and the league hitting .231 against Drew Nelson. A sterling day for Christian Herberholtz. 5 innings, gives up 2 runs, 1 earned on 5 hits. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. He threw 90 pitches, 56 4 strikes.
He allowed back-to-back base runners exactly once in that 5-inning stretch. A single by White, a walk to Morgan in the 5th inning. Against this LSU lineup, that is quite the feat. It will be a pinch hitter for LSU. A right-handed batter will come on for the left-handed hitting Cade Beloso. And it's Hayden Travinski, who caught last night. Travinski has started 5 games this year, including his start last night. He's a .345 hitter, 10 for 29, 3 homers, 13 RBIs. So Travinski, the first batter to greet Drew Nelson, and the first pitch from Drew is low for ball 1. One of the things Herberholtz did so well is start innings with strikes, and you say, well, it's just 1 pitch. But to get ahead of the first batter of every inning just starts you pitching downhill. 1-0 is grounded foul off to the left and grabbed there in the Auburn dugout. Carl Nonamaker grabbed that. A ball and a strike now to Travinski. Travinski, 2 for 5 with a run scored, a home run. Swing and a miss. He was waving early at the changeup. And it's 1-2. Shift is on against Travinski. Redshirt junior from Shreveport. Nelson kicks and fires. Swing and a base hit to right field. Pierce plays it on 2 hops. Travinski goes the other way. He has his 3rd hit and 6 at-bats on the series. And he's aboard to lead off the 6th. And that brings Jared Jones to the plate.
If you're wondering why only 1 earned run charged to Herberholtz, not 2, the ball that got Dugas to second was called a pass ball in the last inning. He came home to score. So that's why it's 2 runs, 1 earned against Christian Herberholtz today.
Jared Jones has grounded out and he has walked. First pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Fastball, 0-1. Tigers with 6 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the fourth. LSU with 1 in the first and 1 in the 5th. They've got 1 on and nobody out in the 6th. Big cut and a miss at the changeup, and it's 0-2. Changeup has been strike 2 to the first 2 batters in the inning. Travinski singled to right. And now Jones, freshman on freshman here. Nelson comes set. And he fires. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Fastball, outside corner. Jones couldn't get it. Strikeout number 1 for Drew Nelson before Kling bats. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Braxton Kling is 1 for 2, a double in the second. He struck out in the fourth. First pitch shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a breaking ball just a little bit high. That was close. Interesting that Kling showed bunt there. They're down 7 in the 6th. Here's the 1-0. Takes a strike at the knees, 1-1. Travinski, the runner at first base. Nelson, the second pitcher of the day for the Tigers. Looks to first, comes home. Fastball, strike 2 at the knees. And now it's 1-2 to Kling. He's not shown him that changeup yet. He's gotten strikes to the first 2 batters with it. And now Nelson ahead of Kling, a ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a ground ball left side. It's knocked down by Ware. Goes to second for the force, and that's all Auburn will get. Smart baseball, though, there. Ware to his knees, shuffled to his left, went down to make the stop, and they get the force of Travinski at second base, 2 away.
And smart by Green not to try and get the runner at first.
Yeah.
Get the guy, get the second out, get the third now. Nice play by Bryson Ware.
He just darted to his left and sucked it up into the glove like a vacuum cleaner. Now Alex Milazzo. Why not? Milazzo, the number 9 hitter. Runner at first, 2 outs. Pitch. Strike. He has come in on those right-handed hitters and been able to get the fastball over for a strike. Milazzo is lined to short. He has struck out. He's 0 for 2. The 0-1 from Nelson. Change up, strike 2.
Really good pitch on the outside corner. To the right-hand hitter. That change up on the outside corner can be lethal.
Auburn baseball brought to you in part by East Alabama Health. Nelson stares in. Pitch clock down to 4. Here's the pitch. Struck him out. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nelson strikes out 2. He strands the leadoff single. And LSU is turned away in the 6th. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left on base. We've played 5 1/2. It's Auburn on top 9-2. With their spacious cancer center, patients can make cancer a distant memory instead of a distant drive. That's why our partners at East Alabama Health, that's why they're Auburn's home field advantage. 9-2 Auburn. We go to the bottom of the 6th when Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
In SEC sports, the ifs come at you every minute. What if your QB had released the ball a second earlier? What if the head coach hadn't used his last timeout? What if your team goes all the way this season? If you love the tradition, if you live for the rivalry, if you can't wait each week for the absolute edge of your seat action, Regions is right there with you as the official bank of the SEC.
Regions can't help you with the F's in sports. Regions helps you embrace the fan life.
Member FDIC.
This broadcast of Auburn baseball is brought to you in part by Chick-fil-A. Download the Chick-fil-A app to earn and redeem points. Eat more chicken and War Eagle.
Bobby Pierce, Ike Irish, Bryson Ware due up for Auburn in the bottom of the 6th. Tigers lead LSU 9-2.
On the Yellowwood scoreboard in the SEC, Kentucky 5, South Carolina 2, bottom of the 6th in Lexington. Florida and Texas A&M are tied at 2, bottom of the 6th in College Station. 11-4, Arkansas leads at Mississippi State, top of the 6th. And Georgia wins over Tennessee today, 9-4.
Bobby Pierce swings and misses in an off-speed pitch. It's 0-1 to the Auburn right fielder. Riley Cooper trying to stay in rhythm. 0-1, bouncing ball, foul between Gabe Gross and the third base bag. Very quickly, 0-2. Cooper retired the side in order. He's put away 4 in a row since Howell's 2-run triple. And now he actually had to wait about 10 seconds for the ball that got loose to be corralled.
With that win today, Georgia takes the series from Tennessee in Knoxville.
Stunts some of that Tennessee momentum. 0-2 is high, a ball and 2 strikes. That's a Georgia team without their primary 2 catchers. They have been injury-riddled in the battery this year. 1-2 to Pierce. Missed high, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Auburn softball a winner today against Mississippi State in the regular season finale, 3-0. Auburn will be the number 4 seed at the SEC tournament.
2-2 to Pierce. Looked at the changeup outside. Count is full.
Maddie Pinter wrapped up a regular season for the ages for Auburn with a 1-hit shutout today.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a fly ball into left center. Charging is Cruz from center. He'll get there in time to make the catch for out number 1. So Auburn softball finishes 16-8 in the league. Let me give you another score just to keep on your radar. In Columbia, Missouri softball leads Arkansas 3-2. They're in the bottom of the 3rd. Still a long way to go. But if Arkansas loses, Auburn will finish as the 3rd seed for the SEC tournament in Fayetteville.
Even better.
Here's Ike Irish. First pitch to him's over for a strike, 0-1. 5 in a row retired now by Cooper. Since Auburn scored a couple of unearned runs in that 4th inning. Breaking ball missed inside, never got across the plate. It's 1-1 to Ike. Irish today, an RBI single in the 1st. He has since flied out and struck out, 1 for 3. 1-1, big cut, came up empty. Then all off speed in this at bat to the freshman DH. The 1-2. Little foul just out of the catcher's mitt. Still 1-2. Cooper rocks and deals. It's low. 2-2.
Back to Auburn softball. I think they put themselves in position to host in the NCAA tournament first round now. Quite a finish for Mickey Dean's squad.
2-2. Swing and a miss. He waited on the off-speed pitch. It was up and in to the lefty, and I think he just asked Brandon Bennett if it was a strike, and he told him it was not. But he went after it. So 2 up, 2 down, and that runs the string to 6 straight. And that's the best string by an LSU pitcher today, as Bryson Ware comes to the plate. Ware today has been on base 3 times. He's walked twice, he's reached on an error, and he is nearly hit by the first pitch. A low bridge job there by Cooper. An RBI, a couple of runs scored for Ware today. Fights it off the fists, foul to the right. It's 1-1. After the game, keep it here for the Regions Bank postgame show. 1-1. Low, 2-1. Get the Auburn University Visa debit card from Regions. Visit regions.com/Go Tigers and order yours today. 2-1. Low and inside. 3 balls and a strike. (9-2) Auburn. Bottom of the 6th. 2 outs. 3-1 pitch. Hit on the ground sharply. White bobbles it. Locates it late and throws late to first. Ware beat it out. It was hit right on the screws to the third baseman White, who bobbled it, couldn't locate it for a couple of beats, and by the time he picked it up, he didn't have time to throw out Bryson Ware, who is aboard for the 4th time today. That's likely the second error. Yeah, second error of the game on White. 2-out base runner for the Tigers in the 6th. Cooper McMurray takes a first pitch strike. A high strike at that. McMurray today has singled. He has walked. He has driven in 2 runs. He has scored a run. And the 0-1 is outside. A ball and a strike. McMurray, the first Tiger to face Cooper twice. He lines one into right field. That's a base hit. Ware stops at second. Cooper McMurray with his second hit of the day. Auburn trying to put a little two-out pressure on Cooper. Howell tripled off of Cooper in the fourth. And the LSU infield will come in, a visit to the mound. And we'll see if Cooper stays out there or if they go to the bullpen.
The head coach made this trip. No motion yet. With 2 outs, I wouldn't be surprised he just didn't try to get Cooper through this inning. I'm not even sure there's anyone warming up in the pen.
Two outs and 2 on base for the Tigers. The inning extended by LSU's third error of the ballgame. And McMurray followed that with a single. Cooper is at 45 pitches. He will stay out there. And Kason Howell will try to get Auburn to double digits or at least extend the inning. First pitch to Howell is an off-speed pitch in there for strike 1. Howell's second triple of the season 2 innings ago. RBIs 28 and 29. And the pitch is a strike. It's 0-2. Actually 3 RBIs in the game. He's at 30 now for the year. 2 off-speed pitches that have dropped in for strikes, and Cooper's ahead of Kason. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a fly ball to left. Morgan on his horse. He's still going. It's off of his glove on the warning track in left center. McMurray follows Ware. Howell around to third again. Stand-up triple. Kason Howell, 2 more runs score. It's 11-2 Tigers. That ball jumped off the bat and kept carrying. Morgan ran it down and actually overran the ball by a little bit. Tried to reach back and make the catch. Got his glove on it, but didn't make the catch. And Howell winds up at third, and all of this with 2 outs after the error that allowed Ware to reach. Kason Howell's driven in 5 runs today. And the first pitch to Caden Green is ball 1. The 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Kason Howell is at third base with 2 outs. 2-0 pitch. Ground ball right side, fielded by Dugas at second. He throws to first, and the inning is over. But Auburn piles on 2 more runs. They do it with 2 outs on 2 hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. We are through 6, ladies and gentlemen. Auburn on top of top-ranked LSU, 11-2. And this is the Auburn Sports Network from Playfly.
Download the Auburn Game Day app. Find tickets, skip concession lines, be a part of game day giveaways, shop the latest Auburn gear, stay current with a comprehensive social media stream, participate in game day light shows, plus listen to every Auburn Sports Network broadcast, even when multiple games are happening simultaneously on the official mobile app of Auburn Athletics, the Auburn Game Day app. Get it today.
Southern homes are particularly vulnerable to termites. In this climate, you need guaranteed protection. You need Cook's Pest Control and Centricon. Termites attack the Centricon stations, exposing themselves to an agent that eliminates their entire colony. Upgrade from old-fashioned liquid service to the proven protection of Centricon and Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's today for a free evaluation.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Auburn leads the rubber game of this series with top-ranked LSU 11-2 with 3 important innings to go. Drew Nelson gave up a leadoff single and then got the next 3, including 2 strikeouts at the bottom of the order. Now he'll deal with the top of the order, Dugas, Cruz, and White here in the 7th. 11 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Auburn. 2 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for LSU. Drew Nelson back on the mound for his 2nd inning of relief. We turn it back over to the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, to take us home on a Sunday afternoon.
14 pitches for Nelson in the 6th. He gave up a leadoff single, then struck out Jones, got a force out from Kling and a strikeout from Milazzo. Now he gets the top of the order here in the top of the 7th. Gavin Dugas has scored twice today, and the first pitch from Nelson misses low for ball 1. Homered in the 1st, fly ball to right in the 3rd, and hit by a pitch and scored in the 5th, the 1-0. Strike on the inside corner for Nelson.
Love the way Drew attacks the inside corner into these right-handed batters.
1-1 to Gavin Dugas. The pitch. Left it upstairs, 2-1. 11 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Auburn. 2 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for LSU. All 3 of those errors have led to Auburn runs today, the 2-1. Fly ball into right. Bobby Pierce coming in. He is there, 1 out. And here is Dylan Cruz. 1 for 3 today. He is 2 for 11 this weekend.
Center fielder number 3, Dylan Cruz.
And to show you just how good this guy is, he is 2 for 11 this weekend. He's still batting .465. 1 for 3 today with a single. Stretch and pitch. Strike on the inside corner.
Cruz might have been expecting the fastball on the inside edge. He was not expecting the curve.
Nelson winds and fires. Swing and foul tip. Back to the screen by Cruz. Threw him a curveball or a slider for strike 1. A fastball there. Does he keep going further out with a changeup here?
Not a bad
idea. 0-2
idea.
pitch to Cruz. Wind and pitch. Ground ball 2, Cole Foster. He throws to first, 2 outs. And now Tommy White to the plate. This is the guy that Auburn has had some trouble with this weekend.
Third baseman number 47.
He is 6 for 11. He is 2 for 3 today with a double and a run-scoring single, and he has flied to left as well.
LSU entered this game with 2 players with a batting average above 300 in league play.
White swings at a slider, maybe the change off the outside corner for strike 1.
White and Cruz are those 2.
11-2 Auburn, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Nobody on the pitch. Bounces up there, a ball and a strike. Auburn will have the 9, 1, and 2 hitters coming up in the bottom of the 7th. When Nelson winds in the 1-1. Swing drive into deep center field. Howell back at the track. He makes the catch. Right in front of the Yellowwood sign out there. Nelson a perfect 7th. Auburn 11. LSU 2. Time now for the 7th inning stretch. Presented by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A app here to help you savor every second of the game. Just order ahead. Score before the game even starts. Eat more chicken and whoa, Regal. Auburn 11-2 lead. Stay tuned, friends. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Y'all, Kayla just got the perfect summer job.
What will she be doing?
Using her aerospace engineering classes.
Well, John is getting to do science all summer.
Really?
You know, John's an education major and he'll get to work with children every day.
Ashley is really excited for her summer job, too. She's going to spend lots of time outdoors.
Where will they all be working?
Space Camp.
Find the ultimate summer job at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center, home of Space Camp. Visit rocketcenter.com/careers for more information.
It's a great day for Auburn Tigers to get vaccinated. COVID and flu vaccines are an important tool to help stop the pandemic. The Alabama Department of Public Health is offering the COVID and flu vaccines to anyone 6 months and older. COVID and flu are still on the rise. Don't let COVID and flu stop you from supporting your favorite team. Continue to help protect yourself, your friends, and our campus by getting the COVID and flu vaccines. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
This game recap is presented by Regions Bank. Regions is a proud partner of Auburn University and the official bank of the SEC.
LSU got a leadoff homer from Gavin Dugas in the first. Auburn came up in the bottom of the first. The first 8 men reached. 6 of those scored. The Tigers have added 2 more in the fourth, 2 more in the 6th on 2-run triples by Kason Howell, who's driven home 5 today. And Auburn leads 11-2 in the bottom of the 7th. And Nate LaRue will lead it off for Auburn in the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. LaRue fouls it back. Another run in this inning, and we're done. The 10-run rule is in effect today. Nate is 0 for 3, a couple strikeouts. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball for strike 2. Auburn baseball brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health. Don't wait, vaccinate. Protect yourself and others from COVID and flu. 0-2 pitch. LaRue sends one up the right side. Right fielder Kling gives chase, but he runs out of room. alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM, where you can get more information. LaRue, Stanfield, and Foster for Auburn here in the bottom of the 7th. Auburn on top 11-2 against the number 1 ranked team in the land. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. LaRue is down on strikes. Good pitch on the inside corner for Cooper, who's done a nice job for LSU. Both he and Guidry have done nice work. The defense has hurt a little bit. 3 errors in the last 3 1/3 innings, and Auburn has taken advantage to score 3 runs off of those errors.
Yeah.
Here's Stanfield. First pitch bounces up there, ball 1.
Of the 5 runs that Guidry and Cooper have allowed in the last 6 1/3 innings, only 1 has been an earned run.
1-0 pitch to Chris. Ground ball off the end of the bat to the shortstop. Thompson to first in time for the 2 down. And Cole Foster comes to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. Walked and scored in the first. He struck out to end of the first. He's flied to right and fouled out to right. He bats right-handed against the lefty Riley Cooper. 2 outs, nobody on for Auburn in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch misses low. Cooper off the wind in the 1-0. Foster skies one on the infield. Second baseman Dugas is underneath this one, and Auburn is retired in order in the 7th. We go to the 8th. Auburn 11, LSU 2. This is the Auburn Sports Network from Playfly.
The 50-yard line at Jordan Hare.
Jackson wide right, Fromm wide left. That's the short side of the field, out of the pro eye. Ashford under center. Pitches the ball to Tank Bigsby. To the boundary, 35, 25, 20. He is gone! Touchdown, Tank Bigsby! 35 yards, touchdown Auburn!
Center court at Neville Arena.
7 on the shot clock. Wendell Green with 5. Jabari inside to the basket. Dunks it and gets fouled. A resounding dunk for an SEC championship for Jabari Smith.
Behind the plate at Plainsman Park.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. He struck him out. He struck him out. The Tigers are going to Omaha. Burkhalter strikes out Forrester, and the Tigers dogpile in Corvallis.
We put you right in the middle of the action. This is the Auburn Sports Network from Playfly.
Top half of the 8th, Auburn 11, LSU 2. Trey Morgan, Jordan Thompson, and Hayden Travinsky to face Drew Nelson, who has worked 2 scoreless innings. He has struck out 3. Auburn pitchers have struck out 7 today. Morgan is 0 for 2. He's grounded to second. He's flied to left, deep left. And Chris Stanfield ran that one down in front of the scoreboard out in left field. Morgan 5 for 12 on the weekend. Drove in all 3 runs in LSU's 3-0 win Friday night. Wind and the pitch. Drops in for a strike. 11-2 Auburn on top. We're in the top of the 8th. 0-1 delivery. Missed the outside corner, 1-1 the count. Auburn shifts around to the right side on the infield for Morgan. The lefty awaits the 1-1, and he fouls it off the left side out of play.
Got the fastball in after a couple of off-speed pitches. Swing was late. 6 in a row retired by Nelson since that leadoff single by Travinsky in the 6th.
Here's the 1-2 to Morgan on the way. Jammed him, and he got a piece of it and fouled it back. Drew Nelson followed Christian Herberholtz, who went 5 solid innings today, gave up 2 runs, 1 of those earned on 5 hits. Another 1-2 pitch on the way to Morgan. Deep into right. Pierce is back at the warning track. Makes the catch. Boy, it just died out there and right in front of the LSU bullpen.
You know, the way he sprinted back there, it looked like that was going to be out by 10 or 20 feet. But he sprinted to the spot and then just stopped and calmly reached up.
The flag in right is calm right now as well.
Yeah.
1 out. Here's Jordan Thompson, 0 for 3 on the day. The lefty winds and fires. Outside corner, change up for strike 1. A 1 delivery. Chopper foul, left side. He was out in front of that. Jay Johnson with a nice one-handed grab down there. 0-2. Next action for Auburn Tuesday night at Hoover at the Hoover Met. Auburn will play Samford at 6. We're on the air at 5:45. 0-2 pitch to Thompson. High with a fastball. Then Auburn at Ole Miss Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 7, 6:30, and 2, the 3 times for the Ole Miss series. 1-2 to Thompson. Fouled back.
That was a good pitch. Stayed back on a breaking ball. And the following week, the last week of the regular season, home against Jacksonville State and then Missouri here to close it out.
1-2 pitch from Nelson to Thompson. Fly ball to center. That's Case and Howell territory. Has to make a last-second adjustment. 2 outs. And Hayden Travinsky to the plate. Came on as a pinch hitter in the 6th. And promptly singled to right.
Drew Nelson had that 7-inning complete game effort against North Alabama back on March 28th. The run on 3 hits, 7 strikeouts. He went 7 innings.
First pitch to Travinsky. Upstairs, ball 1.
Other than what we've seen today, the best outing for Drew this year came against Texas A&M. 2 1/3 hitless, couple of strikeouts, 3 walks. That was a month ago today.
1-0. There's a strike. 1-1 to Travinsky. Nelson ready to go. The 1-1 pitch. Misses low. Really low. 2-1.
But he's had the breaking stuff working. He's been able to locate the fastball on the inside corner to right-handers. He's been able to throw the changeup and get swings and misses off the outside corner to righties.
Wind in the 2-1. Strike with a fastball. Travinski was the first man to face Nelson. He singled. Drew hasn't given up a base runner since. And now the count is 2-2 to Travinski. Nelson works off the left side of the hill. The 2-2 pitch. This low, 3-2.
This is the first 3-ball count that he has gone to. And he'd only gone to one other 2-ball count. Tells you about the command he's had out there these last 3 innings.
Reaches down, gets the rosin bag back on top of the hill. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Travinski. Wind the pitch. He went around. LaRue will have to throw to first. He does. Nelson has set down 9 in a row. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Auburn 11, LSU 2. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Hello there. My name is Seychelle, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the punch of flavors that's unlike any other. You get the crispy tenderness of the chicken and that hint of sourness from the pickles. Ta-da!
Hey, I'm Juan, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is you know you're gonna get chicken that's crispy, golden, and juicy. This is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches.
Order the original Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
Bottom of the 8th. Auburn on top of LSU in the rubber game of the series, 11-2. Bobby Pierce, Ike Irish, Bryson Ware to face Riley Cooper, who's been terrific for LSU, 3 2/3 innings. He's given up 2 runs, neither of those earned on just 3 base hits. Christian Herberholtz and Drew Nelson for Auburn have been just that much better today. And the Tigers lead 11-2 going into the bottom of the 8th. Bobby Pierce walked and scored in the first, singled and scored in the second, reached on an error and scored in the 4th, and flied to center in the 6th. Cooper with 59 pitches. Lines and fires. Missed inside with the fastball at 89.
Cooper got plenty of stamina. He was a starter the first 2 games of the year, went 70, 80 plus pitches.
1-0. Changeup in there for a strike, a ball and a strike to Bobby Pierce. Batting .365, 5 homers, 24 runs batted in. The 1-1. Outside. Ball or 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch. Hit him. Off-speed pitch at 79, and Pierce heads down to first.
And you can use the language here in the 8th inning in a 9-run ball game. That's the winning run down at first base.
And now Ike Irish to the plate. RBI single in the first. Flied to center, and he struck out twice since. Irish hitting .361 on the season. Pitch. Misses up and in. Auburn trying to beat the #1 team in the country in this series. Trying to win its 3rd straight series since the start of, or the second half of SEC play. Irish tried to hold up on a fastball and did not. 1-1 the count. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ike Irish. Pierce with the lead at first, stretching the pitch. Ike to the shortstop. Nobody to cover second, so he throws to first. And Irish is out. But now that run down in scoring position for Auburn. They had the shift on, and there was no one to cover second.
Nope, that's exactly it. Dugas way off the bag, and Thompson had to go to his right, so he couldn't try to go to the second base bag himself. So he took a look there and threw where he had the only play to go, and that's okay. I just wanted to get if nothing else, get the runner into scoring position here for Bryson Ware.
And does LSU walk Ware? I think they will.
Yep.
Yep, they will walk Bryson Ware. The winning run is at second base right now, friends.
And it brings Cooper McMurray to the plate. Cooper has a hit off of Cooper today. He has 2 hits in the game, does McMurray.
Ware has scored 3 times. He's down at first now, 1 out. McMurray has scored twice today. He is 2 for 3. Pitch on the way. Cooper swings and fouls it back. No balls and a strike. Ware at first and Pierce at second. Morgan pretty deep in left. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Ground ball. It's a fair ball. Knocked down by the umpire. Pierce is going to score. Auburn wins. McMurray hit it down the first base line. It hit the umpire behind the bag, and Bobby Pierce scored from second, and Auburn wins. Auburn wins the series. McMurray's 3rd hit of the day, and the Tigers win it 12-2 today over LSU, and the Tigers win the series over LSU. Stay tuned. This is the Auburn Sports Network from Playfly.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast.